What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. We've got some Johto Cup action for you. My own battles rocking a new team with Shadow Jumpluff, Shiny Porygon 2, and Lanturn. And I talked about it in my top 5 teams video. The Jumpluff Lanturn core is really good. It covers a lot of the meta. There's very few things that beat both Jumpluff and Lanturn. Obviously, Jumpluff's going to be really weak to Skarm, which you see quite a bit, and then Lanturn is going to hard wall Skarm. So that's a reason they make a good core. You will see with these battles, I've got 2 sets for you, and there's a lot of lag, really in both sets in terms of like the third shield glitch, and it just kind of shows the state of the game isn't great at the moment. Also, I'm running Spark Lanturn in this first battle. This was an accident, or I'm running Water Gun. This was an accident. I meant to run Spark, so I changed it after this first battle. But yeah, so you'll see myself get the third shield a few times where my opponent's charge move doesn't register, and you can comment, "Oh my gosh, Rise, you are the luckiest person ever. The game gave you a free win because of lag." That's never happened in the history of Pokemon Go PvP. But then karma comes around and my opponents also start getting some third shields. So it's I don't think it's my internet. I don't think it's my opponent's internet necessarily. I think it's just the state of the game right now is a little wonky, and I'm really hoping it gets fixed as quickly as possible. We're going to get off an Acrobatics here, which is nice that you have a hard-hitting flying move now, which can actually deal quite a bit of damage. It's CMP, so I'm willing to let my Jumpluff go and just put this all on my Porygon 2 with shields. Gonna respect this one. I haven't debuffed it yet. I shield the Energy Ball. Gonna get off a Zap Cannon here. This will do quite a bit of damage. Zap Cannon's such a hard-hitting move. We know Registeel just got Zap Cannon, which is gonna make it even stronger. Surprisingly, the Jumpluff Sting, and I thought they would swap to clear their debuff before throwing this. So perhaps a bit of a mistake there from my opponent. In comes the Lanturn. It's still quite healthy, but we land the Zap Cannon. I swap into Jump. And I feel like I should be able to Bullet Seed down here before the next Thunderbolt. Just need 2 Bullet Seeds. Have the Acrobatics stored. We get it off, and we get to see the new animation from this community day. Flying move, bang. Takes out, Shadow Jump takes out Shiny Jump. Pluff Daddy, that was the idea I had for the thumbnail. Normally, I make the thumbnails after I record the video, because something might happen throughout the video off the top of the dome where I'm like, oh, that could be a funny thumbnail. But I just had that random thought before I even started recording. Pluff Daddy. Jumpluff with the swag. Looks like we're just standing around. Let's fast forward a bit. Next battle. Here we go. Pluff into Umbreon. Neutral matchup. I wasn't sure how this played out, so I'm like, all right, let's experiment. Gonna go for Energy Ball. Acrobatics is a better move in terms of damage. It's more efficient, but I figured I'm probably gonna need 3 moves no matter what. I don't think 2 Acrobatics would KO. Maybe it does. Maybe it does, plus the Bullet Seeds. But I don't think so. So I just decided to go for the cheaper move, because I think I'm gonna need 3 moves no matter what. Over farming a little bit. Opponent gets the denial, that's all right. Take the foul play on the chin. Snarl sneaks through, not great. And I'm barely going to get to another Energy Ball here, so it looks like Jumpluff might win the 0 shield against Umbreon, at least with how this played out. In comes Quag, which is not good, because this is my this is my best. The Jumpluff was my best Quag answer, but Porygon is spammy, and if we can get some debuffs, suddenly this doesn't become so bad. No debuff there, so I'm definitely going to shield this first one, even though I know it's almost guaranteed going to be a Stone Edge. Still does a lot of damage. In comes Skarmory, and this helps me considerably. Because now I can come out of this with a lot of energy to threaten the Quag. And you'll see a bit of a mistake from me here. I undercharge, but I don't undercharge enough. I could have undercharged that a lot more. Got a much bigger spark down here. They land the Brave Bird. I'm actually going to go straight for the Thunderbolt because I figured they might be afraid of the Hydro. No shield, so very gutsy call by the opponent. He's overfarming a ton. He tries to CMP me here, and I'm actually willing to shield this because I can keep the Lanturn alive where the Quag is going to need to get to a move, and I have a move banked with Porygon. So now I can just hope to put this into like Spark down range, and I get the debuff. And Quag cannot double up on moves. Quag, even if it's at maximum energy, it's going to be 2 mud shots away from its next move. So, well, that's if it's running Stone Edge. Earthquake, I should say, the standard move set. Kana is the next opponent. Jumpluff into Steelix. So this is not bad for Jumpluff. We're both dealing neutral damage to each other. And I have stab damage, same type attack bonus, where Steelix, its moves in terms of Dragon Tail and Crunch are non-stab. So I believe this is just straight up a positive matchup for Jumpluff. Even though it's like grass flying versus steel, it's also grass flying versus ground. So that's why. And it's also really good if you guys decide to run this team that my backline is avoiding the Steelix, because my backline doesn't really want to see Steelix. I know I can live the crunch. Defense fell, but look at that. That's like almost as perfect as you could ask for a lead to play out. You survive with 1 HP. You don't have to expend a shield, and you come out with a charge move loaded. Get minimal fun of the opponent. I decided to come in Lanturn here just because it's bulkier, and these foul plays will really chunk Porygon. And unless there's like a fighter in the back, there's not a whole lot that's going to beat Porygon down to shield. Going for the Hydro Pump here. Don't expect Umbreon to shield, just with how bulky it is. But they do shield. So this has me thinking they're probably afraid of this Lanturn. So I save the Lanturn, catch a foul play here. The weird health bar glitch. Already applying damage. And then I get the third shield. I get the third shield from the Umbreon. Oh my gosh, this game, dude. Decide to shield now. Gonna go for a Zap Cannon here to probably force the Umbreon to switch and debuff them as well. Here comes their own Jumpluff, so this is interesting. Gonna go for another Zap Cannon here, hit for some neutral damage. I'm surprised they didn't swap Jumpluff into the Lanturn earlier, just to see what was in back. But I'm able to debuff. I figure this might do more than a foul play from Umbreon. I mean, I could be wrong after the debuff, but I tried to catch there a potential Acrobatics, but it didn't really let me. Maybe my tapping mechanics were off. I store the Zap Cannon since I know the Umbreon is in Zap Cannon range. And then I can just get rid of this with my stored Thunderbolt. Foul play will take out Lanturn. And we get off the Zap Cannon here. If I didn't get that third shield, could argue maybe I would have lost. Maybe I would have been more locked in. Because in this situation, I was feeling pretty comfortable that I had it in the bag. So if I don't get the third shield, maybe I successfully catch there. Next opponent, Magcargo in the lead. This is pretty rough. Because it hard beats our Jumpluff. And then Porygon can really only threaten it with the Zap Cannon. They go straight for the Overheat, which is good that I shield. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Again, third shield. And you guys are probably freaking out. Rise. How much did you pay Niantic? Unfortunately, I mean, I have not paid them anything for in terms of lag to my opponents. I've paid them a little bit in the forms of coins here and there, but you know what's funny is I've actually made a lot more from this game than I've spent, if you think about it. But anyway, yeah, unfortunate for our opponent. We got the third shield glitch, which puts us immediately in like a much better situation. Try attack coming through. Opponent shields, and I don't think he realized how much energy we had residual, so we get off another here. It's very tough to count for Porygon. If you like lose focus. And check this out, we actually live through 3 Incinerates, and we get to the Zap Cannon. Unbelievable. Porygon going on a tear, lands the Zap Cannon. I'm going to come in here with the Lanturn to absorb the move. And yeah, we don't know what was in back. Maybe we would have lost if not for that third shield. Maybe we still had a chance depending on what was in the back. We don't know, but unfortunate for our opponent. Hot Pocket, a friend of ours we queue up with. Positive lead against the Heracross. Swaps in Raikou, and I don't really have an obvious answer. I don't really have an obvious answer to Raikou. I take the charge, and I go straight for Energy Ball. Just to like guarantee I get a shield here. So now my Porygon is up a shield, and the Raikou is debuffed. Raikou gets off another move here. And you'll see me make a huge mistake. I don't throw my Tri-Attack quickly enough. There's really no reason to overfarm there as much as I did. Because now you see all the damage the Raikou was able to do to my Porygon. And then he snipes me with Heracross. Versus if I throw that Tri-Attack first, I put the pressure more so on him. And now we're going to have to throw at Hera here. Maybe I could have done one more counter, or one more bullets here, I'm not sure. And then there's the Raikou. This is GG's. Yeah, so just a really dumb mistake by me of not throwing my Tri-Attack quickly enough. Because then I would have been in a much better situation. I would have been able to preserve a shield. Probably could have swept with Lanturn too, if I had just thrown that Tri-Attack first. But it's all good in the hood. We catch a little skunk to end the set. Some good games there, and also a lot of lag, man. A lot of third shields. Really hoping the state of the game can improve. Tough lead here, Jumpluff into Skarm, so let's see who we can overcome it. We swap in Porygon, and there's very few fighters in this meta, so it takes them a while to switch. They probably tried to catch a Zap Cannon or something. And because this is a Shadow Quag, I mean, 2 Tri-Attacks is essentially going to KO, so we're going to significantly outpace this Quag. We get to Tri-Attacks before he gets to Stone Edges. So I already know my win con. Like, I just got to take back Switch here, and I'm in pretty good shape. I can get Lanturn on Skarm, and that energy the Skarm has stored is pretty much neutralized. We get both shields. Lots of debuffs. Definitely worth the shield here. And after I got greedy, overfarming against the Raikou. Oh, he actually combos me with Skarm. So that way he preserves his Quag. That's pretty smart, realizing he was going to get taken out anyway and lose switch advantage. He decides to preserve the Quagsire for later. Brave Birds me. I'm just going to overfarm as much as possible. I'm going to do almost no bubbles here to try and spark down. Get a perfect little farm down there. In comes Quag. It's in Thunderbolt range. I had someone in chat like say, Rise, why are you throwing Thunderbolt? It's resisted. Well, if it's in range of the lesser energy move, you always want to throw the lesser energy move. PvP 101. And then we come in with Jump here. This game's pretty much over. I think we can actually live 2 Thunderbolts. And then check this out. We actually lag here. I was trolling with Acrobatics, but the Lanturn... So if you don't understand what just happened... Let's rewind just a smidge, and I'll pause. So check this out. So let's say the Lanturn's at 100 energy. The maximum energy a Pokemon can store is 100. Spark, a 2-turn fast move, generates 8 energy per spark. So let's say the Lanturn was maxed out at energy 100, Thunderbolt being 55 energy. Well, now my mic's been kind of weird this whole time. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. But let's say the Lanturn was at 100. It throws a Thunderbolt. It's minus 55, so it's at 45. So it has to be 2 sparks away from the next Thunderbolt. That is 4 turns. Jumpluff is 1 bullet seed away from its move, which is a 3-turn fast move. So I'm 3 turns away from my fast move. The Lanturn is 4 turns away, I'm 3 turns away from my charge move. The Lanturn is 4 turns away from its charge move. I should get to the charge move first. But because the game lags, the Lanturn gets 2 sparks and throws its move first before I get off my move. And I'm worried that my trolling is going to cost me. But fortunately, it's a strong enough move. It actually KOs from there. But so it didn't really matter in the end, but it could have mattered. And it would have mattered if, let's say, my Jumpluff was a little bit lower. And if it was my last Pokemon, could have changed the outcome. So the lag, man, has been really brutal. Jump into Ampharos. Ampharos a little bit tough. We don't have a great answer for it. He does us a favor by swapping in the Skarm. And this is just my second set where I've been in this similar situation. So I'm trying to figure out like the best way to undercharge this. Like I didn't even undercharge at all. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing, bro? You know what? I think I didn't really want the Ampharos to Volt Switch me down. So I kind of wanted to preserve enough health where this Ampharos is going to have to expend energy on me. It's not going to be able to just completely farm me down. So yeah, Ampharos is forced to throw energy here. I think he doubled up on Thunder Punches, so he's got 1 loaded. Wait out my full switch clock. In comes Piloswine. Oh, man. And I mess up here. I think, in hindsight, the best play would have been to just instantly swap Porygon. Because I probably would have had to expend both shields. I would have had to expend both shields. Ampharos takes out my Porygon. But then it's essentially a full health Jumpluff against Ampharos with a Thunder Punch loaded. Well, the Ampharos actually would have thrown the Thunder Punch at Porygon, so if I had just swapped Porygon right away here, I think I win. Yeah, and this is over. Because I don't think my Energy Ball even KOs. And this Volt Switch that went through will KO. Oh, it does KO, but the 1 Powder Snow registers first. So yeah, I think that was a very winnable game. I just misplayed the end game by not swapping right away. I was like, maybe I can get the shield first, and the Bullet Seeds will put it into Tri-Attack range, but that didn't work. Really good lead against the Meganium. Want to make sure I retain Switch advantage here, right? I can't afford to lose Switch. So my original thought was land the Energy Ball and then swap in Lanturn. But because he threw energy, I figure I can just come in with Porygon here. And in my opinion, this is a little bit safer because if I swap in Lanturn, there's a chance the Meganium will eventually just farm me down completely and store a lot of energy that could be tricky to deal with later on. And also Porygon is like very safe in general. And our opponent actually switch locks himself here against the Porygon. So now we're going to be able to have our Jumpluff locked in. Frenzy Plant almost takes us out. I was debating there, like, I thought at the moment I made a mistake of switch locking myself again because my opponent's switch clock's going to be up before mine. So this is a little bit scary. Yeah, because now they're preserving the Meganium because they know they can get out of there. I try and throw on CMP here. I know Frenzy won't KO me. It's double resisted. Because it was 9 turns versus 8 turns, they actually are able to dirty swap there and catch. Really nice play by them. In comes Azu. I'm going to make sure to swap here right away. And I'm going to want to always try and have loaded energy to threaten the Meganium if I can. Azu's so bulky that a Thunderbolt won't KO, so there's really no point in me undercharging here. And I actually decide here I'm going to throw my Thunderbolts to not have to expend a shield. And now I still have 2 shields for Meganium. So I can simply just shield this now, get off my Thunderbolt, which my opponent has to shield, and then I swap into Jumpluff, and there's no way they can Vine Whip down my Jumpluff. So they would have to throw a Frenzy there, and we get to an Energy Ball. Once again, no reason to go for Acrobatics. This is an Energy Ball range, and we take the win. So that was a good game. Like, it was pretty hard counter City. We just had to make sure we retained switch advantage, and our opponent danced around really well and made it as close as possible. All right, Jumpluff into Qwilfish here. Obviously, the Sludge Wave would pretty much one-shot us, but we can threaten with the Energy Ball here, and we do get to the first one first. So I get the shield. I'm really thinking about whether I want to shield. I decided to try and call the Aqua Tail. It is an Aqua Tail. In comes Steelix, and this is not good at all, but at least we're luring it out, so Jumpluff can deal with it later. No debuff on the first one. Can we get a debuff on the second one? Porygon's so spammy. Gets the debuff, and check out, the debuff allows me to get to a 3rd try attack. Man, that debuff is so effective. 2 debuffs, and now I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna come in here and try and bullet see this all the way down. If I have to take 3 crunches, so be it. Look at how little those crunches are doing, and because of that sneak, I'm probably only gonna have to take 2 crunches. Okay, 3 crunches, but that's all right. We got a lot of energy. I'm calling the Aqua Tail here. I don't think he had a Sludge Wave and an Aqua Tail banked, because remember, he threw the Aqua Tail earlier and then switched out. I get off my Energy Ball. I get the last shield. I've got a Lanturn with 2 shields here. I'm going to respect the Sludge. He does successfully bait me. In comes Umbreon, but we're up a shield. I think we're in a pretty good spot here to close this game out. Just need to make sure we come out with energy against the Quill God. But unfortunately, the Niantic gods have other plans, and we lag, and our opponent gets a 3rd shield on the Hydro Pump. And that is going to completely swing this game. Completely. Because that's so much energy that just went to waste. That's 80 energy. Pretty wild. It's like if your Swampert had double Hydro Cannons loaded. And all the energy just went to waste. So, we surrender. Because we were a little bit upset at that point. But you saw we got benefited from it earlier. That's how our opponent benefits from us. What goes around comes around. Okay, in comes Ariados. We don't really have an obvious answer for this. So I decide I'm going to get a shield first, and then I'll switch. This is too risky of a bait, in my opinion. It's only 5 energy cost difference. So I go straight for it. I go in Lanturn, and I'm actually just going to try and sack the Lanturn. Like, I don't care if my opponent decides to, like, shield and win back switch. They actually go for Mega Horn, which is interesting. So yeah, I'm just going to Thunderbolt here. I haven't been debuffed. I sneak in a Spark, which is nice. I'm debating if I think I can farm down here. I decide to throw the Thunderbolt. I might have lived that one Poison Sting, which would have been really nice. But I decided switch advantage is going to be pretty important here. If I can keep Jumpluff on Quag, that's ideal. But yeah, I might have been able to live that one Poison Sting and farm down completely. Pluff Daddy comes in. Gonna shield the Stone Edge. It would KO from here. In comes Skarm, and this is a little scary. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's at the Brave Bird. And we successfully bait with Tri-Attack, which is pretty huge. I'm going to shield because now I know he can only get to a Sky Attack before I get to Zap Cannon. So he just got to the Sky Attack. He actually lagged a little bit there, I believe. But now we should be good because Jump has the Energy Ball loaded, I believe. And Quag cannot double up on moves, so I just didn't want to like do something dumb and try and combo play and then have the Quag win CMP, you know? So I figured the safest play is just stay in there, force the Quag to expend energy, and if it does, then I can Energy Ball. Did I have the Energy Ball loaded? Let's see. Yeah, I did. So G to the G, a fun team with Shadow Jumpluff, Pluff Daddy, Shiny Porygon 2, who, by the way, I started running due to a Wisconsin local got a Karchamal, terrific battler, usually on the leaderboards. He recommended it to me like a couple seasons ago. He runs it a lot, and it's really effective save swap, so shout out to him. And then Lanturn in the back, always been like semi-meta. I think it was more meta early in the days of GBL as a Skarmory Azu answer. Once Gfis got introduced, Lanturn fell off a bit, but still effective in certain condensed metas, including the Johto Cup. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below anything you'd like. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.